Hey everyone, welcome to Bug Smashers. My name is Mark Abent. I'm a gameplay programmer here at Cloud Imperium Games Los Angeles. And if you guys never seen this before, it's pretty cool. I take you behind the scenes of some fancy bugs that disrupt, your guys' playtime and even some designers or even our stuff. And it's pretty cool to see what happens and why. And I give you a quick breakdown of what's happening and the fix. Well, hope you guys enjoy. Let's take a look. Bug Smashers! Hey everyone, we're here in my Fancy Dancy test level, and Bob here is annoying me, so I'm gonna get rid of him. Goodbye, Bob. Alright, so we're here to test out a fun crash bug when certain entities get destroyed. If Bob goes away, he may crash, but to speed up this process, we are gonna spawn a fun constellation. Ooh, constellation. I'm gonna shoot the crap out of it, and hopefully we can get a crash that QA was reporting. So apparently, with this bug, when you destroy and delete things, we're getting a crash with some corrupt memory. So let's see if we could replicate that. Ooh, everything's dancing. Whee. And crash. Excellent. So what's happening here? Well, when we try to remove these entities, we get this thing called an event done. And this gets dispatched to all sorts of systems to say, hey, clean up, we're about to delete this entity. And unfortunately, there's some kind of memory corruption happening because in this particular area, it's supposed to stream out what, I put some debug code in here to see what's actually getting deleted. And unfortunately, the information we're getting out of this is just pure garbage. What's happening after some intense fun debugging, we have two competing systems racing for the event done listening. We have this thing called an item port, which is if I have keys, I could attach the item, or I should say these keys, onto the ship, and the ship could fly away and it has keys or guns or whatever. And we have this thing called a physics controller, so when this keys goes onto the item port, it will lose its physics, but then physicalize onto the ship. Basically, the physics become one with the ship, so when the ship gets hit, we know which item gets hit. It's some clever magic. And unfortunately, when they both register for this event done, depending upon the order of which these components were created, the physics controller may get it first, or the item port controller gets it first. And if the item port controller gets it first, it will actually detach these keys and say, all right, you're done. And the physics controller will then get informed that these keys have been detached. So it should basically now own its own physics. But if the physics controller gets it first, it will think it's detached, and then it will physicalize itself. So now it has physics on the ship and it has physics on itself. But unfortunately, it only is aware of one at a time, so it gets rid of the one on the ship, but the ship still thinks it has it, and this is where the issue lies. So now this thing has its own physics, and it's still attached, and when the item port gets the event, it tells it to detach and rephysicalize, but the ship still thinks it has the ownership of the physics, so it now tries to clean up to rebuild it, and since it's now pointing to an old point in memory, it will touch and corrupt anything that was in that memory position. And then things just go haywire. You start crashing in random positions. So the correct fix is actually to get rid of the event listener. We don't really need for the physics controller to listen for these events because we have the item port system to do it for us. This was just an extra set of precaution that we don't really need. And in fact, it's causing a lot of harm. So this is one of those simple cases where extra safety actually caused us harm, since we don't really need it. So the fix is actually just to gut out the system so it doesn't listen for those, and instead it gets told by the item port system. So I'm gonna gut all the locations where it registers itself. Whee! And then clean up the listener set. Oh, where'd it go? Goodbye, listeners. And There it is. So as you can see, if the physics got it first, it would pretend that it was released even though it was still attached. It was just the safety measure in case the item port system was not reliable. But item port system is reliable, so we could just get this old code path. All right, let's rebuild. And through the magic of editing, we'll be done now. So we're back in the fun little level. Bob's twitching out, so let's take care of his misery. Ooh, and made a ship go boom. Excellent. Game design. So, we're now going to spawn that fun constellation. And let's see if we crash. Where is it spawning? There you are. Where'd it go? There you are. He moved. So let's shoot this thing. And before you say the pistol's destroying every single thing, I may have a developer gun that lets me destroy things. Ooh, that looks awesome. All right, when this thing goes away, that should be the vehicle, it shouldn't crash. Hey, it didn't crash. Thanks to my little debug, you could see when that event got dispatched, the radar, the sum flow graph, and physics, that's Kythera, all got information. That's not the physics controller, it's just, yeah, labeled differently. So everything cleaned up. Heck, we even got the item port stuff there, so a couple things got item ports. So now when the item port gets the message, it will detach the thing, the physics controller will learn about it, and then it will send it off, and everyone goes off their merry way. No more memory corruption, no more crashes. Everyone's having a good time. Now we can play without getting disconnected from a crash. Woo! Hope you guys enjoyed. So we had a very exciting bug. You know, when you're in multiplayer and you shoot some random thing, when the entity goes away, boom, crash. Now your game's gone and you have to restart all over to play again. Not too fun. So took a quick look at it, and it was just an issue with the physics controller trying to do an extra step of protection. We had that in there originally because our component system wasn't as robust as when it was originally implemented many months ago. But now we have a much more robust system, so the flow and expectations of when things could happen are more reliable. So didn't need that extra step of protection. Now we don't have that memory corruption. Everything now works as expected. No more crashes. Everyone's good to go. Hope you guys enjoyed. And remember, praise be the lamp.
Thank you for watching. So if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest in the Star Citizen and Squadron 42's development, please follow us on our social media channels. See you soon.